the Caitlin Clark stimulus package, also known as the newly agreed upon CBA deal. Make no mistake about it, folks. Every time the owners came to the table and said, fine, we'll increase the salary cap to this, you can thank Caitlin Clark. Every time the owner said, fine, we'll pay for your housing again, you can thank Caitlin Clark. Every time the owner said, shoot, we really don't want to come up off this 15% number, but you know what? We'll move a little bit. You can thank CC22.
Something just changed in women's basketball forever. A new deal, historic numbers, and a shift in power that has the entire WNBA talking. Caitlin Clark is now entering a financial tier the league has never seen before. And while fans are celebrating, insiders are asking a different question. What does this mean for the league's established superstars, especially Aya Wilson? Because behind the headlines, behind the record-breaking salaries, there's tension, pressure, and a reality that no one can ignore anymore. This isn't just about money. This is about influence. This is about the future of the WNBA.
A'ja Wilson and all her Glazers could give a big thank you to Caitlin Clark for her getting paid. Ever since the league came to an agreement, all we've been hearing about is how A'ja Wilson is about to sign this historic Supermax deal like she just did it all on her own. No, you could thank Caitlin Clark for revolutionizing the game so you could get paid. We don't care how many MVPs and championships A'ja won or how she was already known. It doesn't matter. She didn't change the dynamic of the league for the players that get paid like this.
In 2026, the WNBA finalized one of the most significant collective bargaining agreements in league history. The numbers? Staggering. Salary cap rising to nearly $7 million per team, average salaries jumping dramatically, new pathways for star players to earn max and supermax contracts much earlier. And at the center of this shift, Caitlin Clark. After earning just over $78,000 in her rookie season, Clark's salary is set to jump to over $500,000, a massive increase that reflects not just performance, but impact. But here's the key detail most headlines are missing. This isn't just about one player getting paid. It's about a system being rewritten in real time.
For example, 2024 Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark, who made $78,066 in 2025, is poised to see her salary jump to $530,000 in 2026. So this year, she is about to jump to that salary, okay? Now, the other jump, the new provision would also be applicable to younger stars such as Aaliyah Boston, who is max eligible in 2026, and Paige Beckers, who is max eligible in 20.
Since entering the league, Caitlin Clark has done something few athletes ever achieve. She changed the business. Record-breaking viewership, sold-out arenas across the country, massive sponsorship deals and endorsements. The league didn't just grow, it accelerated. Executives noticed, sponsors noticed, and eventually the numbers forced a response. The new CBA includes provisions that allow players who transform the league's economics to be compensated faster. Not officially named after anyone, but everyone knows what inspired it.
The reason why they had the battery in the back that they had was because of Caitlin Clark's impact. All of the numbers and the metrics that the players could point to. Oh, do you see these ratings? Well, Caitlin Clark effect. Oh, do you see this attendance? Well, Caitlin Clark effect. Do you see the social media impressions? Well, Caitlin Clark effect. This is called the Caitlin Clark stimulus package, and it will go down as...
Now, enter Aya Wilson, two-time MVP, champion, Olympic gold medalist, one of the most dominant players the league has ever seen. For years, Wilson has been the face of excellence in the WNBA. She helped build the foundation. She pushed for better pay, better conditions, and greater respect for players across the league. And now, the system she helped fight for is finally delivering. But there's a twist.
So, this WNBA collective bargaining agreement will fast-track the ability for players on a rookie scale contract to make maximum and supermax salaries, sources told ESPN. The new provision, called EPIC, exceptional performance on initial contract, allows players to renegotiate their 4-year salary and earn the standard max that year if they were previously an all WNBA first team or second team, or the Supermax if they won the MVP.
The new financial structure isn't based purely on accolades. It's based on market impact. And that's where things get complicated. Because while Aya Wilson's dominance is undeniable, Caitlin Clark's influence on audience growth, media attention, and revenue has been unprecedented. This has sparked debate across the sports world. What matters more? Championships and MVPs, or the ability to transform the business of the game? It's not a simple answer. And it's not a fair comparison either, because both players represent two different eras of the WNBA's evolution.
So what has now happened is, because of the quote-unquote epic rule, I'm going to call it the Caitlin rule, because let's be real, she was the first person to have reached this. Whether it be it's Caitlin, Aaliyah, and Paige are all eligible. I'm just going to call it the Caitlin rule. Just like the old Rose rule in the NBA, we're going to call it the Caitlin rule. So ironically, if Caitlin goes and wins MVP this year, she's actually eligible for the Supermax in 20.
As expected, the media has amplified the situation. Some headlines claim rivalry. Others suggest frustration. But here's the truth. There is no verified statement from Aya Wilson directly attacking Caitlin Clark over salary or status. What does exist are broader conversations about recognition, equity, and respect. Wilson has been vocal for years about players deserving more. And now that the league is finally delivering, the spotlight has shifted, not away from her, but onto a new kind of star.
The way the team is structured, in order for this team to remain intact, Sophie would have to be willing to take a league minimum kind of deal, which is around $300,000. And I don't see that happening. Okay. And I believe also people are going to be shocked how much money Lexi Hull is about to be offered, because I think she's going to get offered $600,000 to $700,000 by somebody. And that is going to greatly complicate things.
Here's where things get even more interesting. When one player's salary rises dramatically, it affects the entire team. With a salary cap in place, teams must make difficult decisions. Who gets paid? Who stays? Who goes? This isn't just a celebration moment. It's a strategic challenge. Franchises now have to balance star power, depth, and long-term success.
I wish they would have had Kelsey Mitchell on here, because after last season, I mean, look, Kelsey finished what, third or fourth in the MVP voting? This is her contract to make as much money as she possibly can, I believe, in this league. And come next year, because I don't think that the Fever are going to be able to keep her next season. And one could argue, depending on how much you covet depth on a team, like how deep do you want your team to be? I think one could argue against re-signing Kelsey Mitchell this year.
The ripple effects are already starting. Young stars entering the league will now have higher earning potential, better conditions, greater visibility. Veterans will benefit from the system they helped build. And the league itself is entering a new era, one driven by growth, visibility, and global attention.
I want Kelsey Mitchell to take a 1-year deal instead of a multi-year deal due to this. Aaliyah Boston is eligible for the Supermax this year. The following year, Caitlin Clark is eligible for a Supermax, which could be worth $1.7 million, actually close to $2 million. So who are you going to invest in? Kelsey Mitchell or Caitlin Clark? And that's why I say, don't play this game, Fever. I'm talking to organizations. I'm talking to Amber Cox, Kelly Crosskoff, and definitely Stephanie White. Don't mess this up. Please, for the love of God, do not mess this up. I don't mind if Kelsey Mitchell comes back for 1 year, but 1 year only.
This isn't a story about conflict. It's a story about transition. Aya Wilson represents the foundation. Caitlin Clark represents the explosion. And together, they are shaping the future of women's basketball. The real headline isn't who earns more. It's that the league is finally reaching a point where conversations like this even exist. And if this is just the beginning, the next chapter might be even bigger.